What's a surprise you got that ruined your wedding? My wedding was perfect until my maid of honor, my sister Rachel, stood up during speeches and announced she was pregnant. Beautiful moment, right? Except she followed it with, and genetic testing confirmed what we suspected. Different father than my husband. Same father as the groom. 200 guests went silent. My new husband David turned white. Rachel's husband stood up, confused. My father-in-law dropped his champagne. I stood there in my $8,000 dress, trying to process that my sister just announced she'd slept with either my husband or his father. What are you talking about? David stammered. Rachel pulled out paperwork, hands shaking. Remember that genealogy test we all did last Christmas? I ran deeper analysis. David and I share 25% DNA. We're half siblings. My mother-in-law screamed, not a gasp, a full horror movie scream, because she realized what everyone else was slowly understanding. Her husband had fathered Rachel 30 years ago, making David's new brother-in-law actually his half-brother, and my sister-in-law in the worst possible way. David's father, Robert, stood up. This is insane. But my mother cut him off. New Year's Eve, 1993. The conference in Boston. Her voice was deadly calm. I know about Boston, Robert. The puzzle pieces clicked horribly into place. My parents and David's parents had been friends before we were born. They'd lost touch when Rachel was a baby. Reconnected when David and I met in college. We'd thought it was fate. It was. Just not the romantic kind. Rachel wasn't done. There's more. Of course there was. I've been seeing a therapist about this for months. She said I had to tell the truth today or live with it forever. She turned to her husband. Mark, I'm so sorry. I love you, but you deserve to know your baby's uncle is also their half-uncle. Mark vomited into the centerpiece. The string quartet stopped mid-song. My grandmother asked loudly, what's happening? Who's father? Someone tried explaining. She fainted. David grabbed the microphone. This is sick. Rachel, how long have you known? She admitted she'd suspected for months but confirmed it only last week. She'd considered saying nothing, but couldn't let them live a lie. So you waited until our wedding? I finally found my voice. You couldn't have told us privately? Yesterday? Tomorrow? Any other time? The photographer was still shooting. The videographer was still filming. Later we discovered he'd captured everything in 4K, including Mark attacking Robert, my mother throwing wine in Robert's face, and David's mother calling my mother a homewrecker despite the affair predating her marriage. The venue tried to continue dinner service. Guests didn't know whether to leave or eat the $150 per plate meal. Some stayed for the drama, others fled. My college roommate live streamed it on Instagram. We went viral as #WeddingGeneGate. The legal nightmare started immediately. Were David and I even legally married if we'd unknowingly become in-laws? Yes, but you. Could Rachel's husband get an annulment? No, but he could divorce. Was Robert responsible for back child support? Possibly. The priest who'd married us offered to pray with us. David laughed hysterically. Pray for what? That we can unknow my dad fucked my wife's mom? The priest crossed himself and left. My mother filed for divorce that night, from the wedding venue. Her lawyer arrived during the cake cutting that never happened. Robert's wife filed the next morning. Rachel's husband filed within a week. The honeymoon to Bali was non-refundable. David and I went anyway. Spent 2 weeks barely speaking, just existing in parallel horror. We'd meet at the bar each night, drink silently, and wonder how our love story became a Greek tragedy. We're still married somehow. Therapy twice a week. We moved across the country to escape the scandal. Changed our last names. But every family gathering is a minefield. Rachel had her baby. David can't look at his nephew who's also his nephew through marriage and through blood. Rachel maintains she did the right thing. Living authentically, she calls it. She's dating her therapist now, which is exactly the level of ethical judgment we've come to expect from her. The wedding video exists on a hard drive in our closet. We've never watched it. Sometimes I hear David in there at night, holding it, not playing it, just holding the physical weight of the day our perfect wedding became Jerry Springer. Last week, someone recognized us at Target. Aren't you the couple from that viral wedding where we left our full cart and drove home in silence? The surprise that ruined my wedding? Finding out my new family was already my family in ways that made everyone need therapy and lawyers.